Hello, my fire signs. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with a general reading for the collective and ultimately taking a look at what your person needs you to know before the end of this year. And I'm recording this Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas Day. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's coming in for you. So for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, and it's not going to resonate with everyone, so please do take from it what makes sense for you, release the rest. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, all of that information is down below in the description box. And of course, I'll include a link to all of the decks that you see here today. All right, so let's begin. Let's take a look and start things off with your dialogue messages here. We're going to pull from 3 decks. The first is by Aqua Moonlight, the Untold Messages of the Heart, and this one is my self-created one. This is called the X Oracle, and then we'll grab a message from the Love Messages deck by High Priestess 1111. So we're going to grab actually 2 from each deck here to set the tone for this reading, to take a look at what is in your person's heart space, what are they feeling, what are they thinking when it comes to you. All right, so let's take a look at that. And of course, cross watchers are certainly welcome. Okay, guys, let's see. We'll grab 2, starting off with this message right here. It says, embarrassed. I know I've acted childishly. I don't know how to approach you now. So if you have not heard from this person in a while, and if this makes sense, if they have a reason to be embarrassed as far as contacting you or even seeing you at this point in time. That's what's presenting itself here. They're not quite knowing what to say, what to do, how to get the conversation started. Oops, I was going to pull a second one. Sorry. Let's grab one more. Guided to this one. We have time. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? So they're embarrassed to reach out for now because more than likely they've done or said something to be embarrassed about, my fire signs, but they're also perhaps needing a little bit more time to maybe come towards you with an apology or to get the conversation rolling, to bring about a healing in the partnership and the relationship. All right, so those are your first 2 dialogue messages when it comes to your person, whoever it is that you are thinking of for this reading. So let's go ahead and grab a couple messages from the X Oracle. For those of you who are in separation, not together, and maybe you are still focused on a particular X, let's take a look at that. Okay, this one's grabbing my attention here. Don't go. Look at that. They don't want you to go. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? And maybe they know that you're getting ready to go in a different direction. Some of you guys might already be entertaining somebody else at this point. So they've got a window of opportunity to reach out, to create change, to apologize, to do something about this. Okay. But, you're not going to wait forever. They want to kiss and make up, you see. They want to start over. They want to be able to come back, to return. All right, so let's go ahead and grab the last 2 dialogue messages for this reading here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Okay, your last 2 dialogue messages to get this reading started. I'm connected with you no matter where you are. So even though they're embarrassed, they're not reaching out, they don't know what to say, they don't know how to approach you, they realize that, time might be running out for them as far as being able to reconnect, but they don't have to actually be with you in the physical sense to still feel your energies and your presence. And maybe you're picking up off of that as well because you guys are still connected energetically, no matter what. Let's grab one more here. I've been bleeding in your silence. So for some of you guys, maybe you've been giving this person the silent treatment. you're not talking to them. And again, they're not reaching out because they're embarrassed. So there's definitely a lack of communication here for fire signs. That is what's presenting itself. And it's hurting them to not hear from you. But at the same time, if you're not communicating with this person, more than likely it is because they've done something to deserve the silent treatment that's presenting itself here. Okay, so let's see what else we can tap into here. We'll start things off focusing on the divine masculine energy here. So this is a deck by Sister Moon Tarot, the Moody Moon Messages deck, masculine edition. So divine masculine, let's take a look at that first. Where is the masculine at on this journey? Whether you guys are together and going through challenges, whether you are in separation, maybe it's been a while since you've heard from this person or even interacted with them, but there's still a part of you energetically that's connecting with this individual. So what else when it comes to the masculine? What do we need to know here? We have avoidant, denial, fantasy, looking away, possibly because they're embarrassed. So my feminines, if you know and feel that your masculine is avoiding you, that could be why it's presenting itself here. You could have also dealt with a narcissistic masculine here. They're self-obsessed, as it says, egotistical, blame shifting. Instead of taking responsibility for their own actions, they have perhaps shifted the blame to the feminine. And maybe that's why some of you guys are giving your masculine the silent treatment. But look at this. They've got a lot of regrets about their actions, things they've said, things they've done. This card says thinking about past mistakes, wishing it was different. Absolutely. If they could travel back in time to undo the damage, they would. Because clearly they've done something here to cause embarrassment to them through some sort of action or something that they've said to you. What else for the masculine? What else do we need to know? But this masculine, I'm feeling, wants to kiss and make up, doesn't want the feminine to go, deciding, deliberating options, comparing. Maybe at this point in time, and this doesn't just have to be with romantic partners, whether they're deliberating between you and somebody else. This could have, of course, been the contributing factor as to why you guys are having issues, if they couldn't make up their mind who they wanted to be with, or entertaining way too many options in love and romance, trying to compare what you guys had to what they experienced with somebody else maybe. And also at this point in time, maybe they're also trying to decide what the next step should be, not just in their love life, but just life overall, and how and whatever it is that they want to do to create change in their life heading forward into 2021. They're really trying to work on their confidence here, to be more self-assured. And this card does say self-assured, bold, and balanced. I don't feel your masculine has gotten here yet, my feminines. I feel this is something that they need to work through to be able to build their confidence to reach out and get past whatever source of embarrassment is presenting itself there. Let's grab one more here. Fun, partying, lighthearted, and joy. I mean, we are in the holiday season, so even though I feel they've got a lot of regrets, they could be avoiding you because they're embarrassed, I just also don't feel for the masculines that they're just sitting around doing nothing, that they're miserable 24/7. I don't feel that for some of your masculines. This person is going out, socializing, and this could even be indicative of Christmas or New Year, where they can still have fun, be with friends, be with family, But at the end of the day, there's something challenging that's going on between the two of you specifically that is contributing to why they're stressed out and why they're having a lot of regrets here and maybe avoiding you for now. You know, I'm also feeling here that if they were to meet up with you at one point in time or to inadvertently run into you, they would be so embarrassed that they might even go another direction, avoid you altogether, look away, as it says here. For some of you, your masculine could also be in denial over things that they've done. Okay, so let's add to this. This is the Journey to the Divine Feminine. This is a deck by Divine Moon Empress. So let's see what else for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. What else do we need to find out? So we're looking at the Divine Feminine now and where the feminine is at on this journey. For Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, for the Divine Feminine, angels and spirit guides. What do we need to know here? Forgiving. So for some of you, I'm kind of feeling that your masculine might be avoiding you because they're embarrassed, as we've got these cards presenting itself here. But maybe, my feminines, you are in a place in your life where you're ready to open up and forgive this person for how they treated you, for things they said, things they've done. My feminines are also coming through with this assertive energy, standing up for oneself in a calm and positive way, able to get one's point across without upsetting self or others. So, you know, maybe you have shifted your energy since you and your person last spoke, and you're the more assertive partner here, the more assertive person between the two of you. You're standing up for what you believe in, but you're able to convey yourself in a calm manner. And maybe that was not the case before, or maybe you guys just had some issues in regard to productive conversations. And my feminines, pay attention to the signs that are presenting itself to you at this point in time. And this verbiage here, it does say, and I said I love you. So if you had a masculine, for example, that struggled to express themselves and to just say what's in their heart, something as simple as I love you, maybe through this reading, this is a sign that they're ready to express themselves. They're ready to open up their heart. That could be a part of their regrets as well, that they never said I love you, that they never were able to convey how they were really feeling. Let's see what else. What else for my fire signs, for the Divine Feminine? Healing. My feminines, you are healing right now. Whether that is emotional healing, whether that is spiritual healing or a physical healing, it's presenting itself here. And it's good. It's good for you to be in this energy of healing. Part of this healing, in conjunction with this card, and it does say stillness, quieting one's mind and staying connected to one's true self. So my feminines, if this is what you've been working on, just kind of stilling your mind, focusing on how you want this year to come to an end and what it is that you want to manifest in 2021. You're just trying to gather your thoughts and be calm and positive, as this card says. And perhaps part of this healing journey for my feminines is starting with forgiveness when it comes to your masculine, when it comes to yourself. If there are certain aspects of your life or certain things that you might still be holding on to in your heart, it's time to come to a place of forgiveness. And as I've said many times in previous readings, forgiveness is a gift. that you offer yourself so that you're not carrying the burdens of the past or any negative baggage that needs to be addressed and dealt with so that you can heal from it and move on and not carry that forward, especially when you're starting a brand new year. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some tarot messages to this. But it does appear that what we have is a masculine who really wants a second chance, wants to kiss and make up. But there's also something going on here with the masculine where they're trying to avoid the feminine at the same time. You know, it's like you want something, but at the same time, afraid to go and get it. That's kind of what I'm feeling when it comes to the masculine energy. So let's add some tarot to this, my fire signs. So we're going to start things off with messages from my modern day seers tarot and oracle, and I like to call it tarot with a twist because it does contain the original 78 cards that you would get from any tarot deck, but I've also included oracle messages as well as new court cards to this deck that's exclusive just to this deck. And so let's take a look and see what presents itself here. And just like my tarot teacher deck, I've done the same format where you've got upright and reversed meanings for each card. So it makes it super simple to learn how to read tarot. Okay, so if that's something you're interested in, the deck shop link is down below, as well as all of the other creators that you see here. So angels and spirit guides, please, for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. What else do we need to know here? What else do we need to know for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius? All right, so this is one of the new court cards in this deck. This is the Duke of Air. So for some of you, my feminines, maybe your masculine could be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So it is in the upright here. So the Duke of Air is somebody who actually likes to share their feelings. They tend to be a very logical thinker. They are actually someone that is easily approachable. They like a good conversation. This masculine is someone who is very emotionally invested in a partnership, in a connection. This is somebody who is very good-hearted, somebody who isn't going to hurt you by cheating on you, entering into third-party situations. This is someone who's faithful and trustworthy. In the capacity of a husband role, this is someone who's very devoted. As a parent, they're a very doting father. So these are all the qualities of the Duke of Air. So if your person is the total opposite of this masculine, perhaps this is something that they are working on to be able to come towards you with that type of energy. And for some of you guys, maybe this totally describes your masculine. But they're still coming through as perhaps being embarrassed of certain things that they've done or said. They've got some regrets here over past mistakes, and they're really wishing that things could be different between the two of you. We've got the Hermit coming through here. So this is Virgo specifically. There is this need for soul searching, for just spending time on your own, being alone, to reflect, to reevaluate where your life has been, where you see it going in 2021. So if you feel the need to just have quiet and stillness, I feel this especially for my feminines because that did come through here. Remember this card right here? Stillness, quieting one's mind, and staying connected to one's true self is pretty much picking up off of that Virgo Hermit energy. Just tapped into inner guidance. When it comes to love and romance as well, this could be somebody who comes back, somebody who returns. The Hermit has the capability of bridging estrangements to people who are not together, who are more than likely not communicating. And why is that? Could possibly be due to this Three of Swords right here. More air energy, heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness. Somebody who's not available, they're absent from your life. This could also be picking up off of someone being very depressed, very sad, very melancholy. It's going through that grieving process of a very painful breakup, a relationship that went into separation. This can be a love triangle for some of you. So, avoidant, denial, fantasy looking away, embarrassed, all of these things could have contributed to that Three of Swords. Someone is remembering the happy times, though. Could be your person, it could be you, it could be both of you, really. Feeling nostalgic about the good times that you have shared with each other. This is also a very healing card. So whatever was left incomplete or unresolved in the past, this could ultimately bring about healing in that situation. This can also represent a reconciliation, a reunion. Somebody coming back after having experienced some painful things with that Three of Swords. And, maybe my fire signs, your reconciliation with this person could start with an apology. Maybe they're embarrassed right now to just say the words, but they're doing a lot of thinking, I'm feeling. They're just wanting to come to a point where they are confident enough to express whatever it is they need to say to you. We have the Star card. Okay, so that's Aquarius specifically. This is giving the two of you hope that perhaps you guys can work this out. If you've had a very particular wish about this person, being able to manifest them back into your life, being able to overcome some obstacles in the relationship, the Star is giving you hope that that's a possibility. Changing directions. This can be a fulfilled wish here. A dream come true, a wish come true. We've got the Duchess of Earth coming through now. Okay, so for some of you, maybe your feminine is an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Or if you're feminine tuning in, and if you happen to be a fire sign, you could have earth representation in your chart as well. So the Duchess of Earth is somebody who's actually very popular. Maybe you've got a lot of friends. You're a social butterfly. You love nature. You're very attractive to your masculine. You're very soft-spoken. You're known for having very attractive features. A beautiful smile is one of them. In the capacity and role of being a wife, you're someone who's loyal. So we've got the Duke of Air here, who's trustworthy and a devoted husband, and the Duchess of Earth represents a loyal wife. But I feel with the Three of Swords between the masculine and feminine, this is ultimately what created the challenge, because there was a love triangle here. We've got the Judgment card here. A rebirth, an awakening, redemption, reincarnation of something that ended, a situation, a love connection that you feel you've reached the end of the road. Somebody is going to receive some sort of wake-up call here. More than likely the masculine, wanting forgiveness, wanting to reach out and perhaps apologize, wanting the feminine's forgiveness, and more than anything, wanting a reunion, a reconciliation. Let's kiss and make up. That's what they're wanting. And then we have the Pink Rose card coming through here. So perhaps your person loved to give you pink roses, or there's something significant with pink roses here for some of you. This can represent young love, innocent love. It could also represent your person's admiration for you. Very joyful time right now. We are in the holiday season. Letting you know that they now appreciate you. Maybe they took you for granted. Didn't appreciate you before. This is also very feminine energy in the upright. In the reverse, it would have been masculine energy. But this pink rose card in this deck represents feminine energy in the upright. So my feminines, your masculine, I feel, has had a lot of revelations through these regrets that they've had as to how they treated you, things that they said to you that could have been very painful. And then we've got the Four of Wands here, which I'm so happy to see this. Out of all of these cards here, it's the only one representing fire energy. And what a great card to represent fire energy here for this reading, because this represents a reunion, a very happy one at that. It's a cause for celebration, and that celebration could be a wedding, an engagement, two people coming back together. It's also representing a twin flame connection for some of you. Maybe you know that you are in a twin flame connection with someone. And if what you're wanting is to have a future with this person, we're talking long-term commitment here, getting married someday, having kids someday, buying a home together, moving in together, sharing a life, all of it. Being able to create a strong foundation in the partnership. That is what the Four of Wands is all about. It's restoring harmony in your life, in your relationships, sharing a happy home with someone, having a good marriage, a committed partnership with someone. That's the direction that you are going. Now, remember how we've got the Three of Swords representing the love triangle here, right? So here we are, and we've got the Duke of Air, divine masculine, air energy, and then we've got the Duchess of Air, the counterpart to the Duke of Air. So this is now the divine feminine, and for some of you, again, it's representing air energy, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra once again. But basically, what this is coming through letting us know is that these two people are made for each other. So there's somebody out there, my fire signs, who actually represents your perfect match. Whether they've got air in their chart or not, these two people are meant to be. So, taking the reference of the signs out, the Duke of Air and the Duchess of Air represent the divine counterpart to each other. Perfect match. So there's somebody out there who represents that for you. And you can have this Four of Wands happy reunion with your person who is meant to be in your life. And remember, you've got the Star's energy here, which is such a beautiful card. You're being directed towards a particular path, and maybe your person is as well, for you guys to reconnect when the universe feels the time is right. Looks pretty good, okay? So just have some faith. That's a part of the Star's energy as well. Have faith that you guys can work this out. Heal whatever needs healing. But we've got quite a few references here to reunions, to people who have the capability of coming back together. So let's go ahead and add to this with the Charm Cards deck by Mystic Moon Oracles. So let's see what else. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Let's see what else. We've got Buck, which represents the masculine energy here. Okay. Followed by Teapot and Friendship. So the masculine's energy is definitely wanting to present itself here. And maybe with that reunion, you guys need to start off as friends again and rebuilding on a strong foundation of friendship in order to explore the next chapter, in order to take things further than that. Okay, maybe some of you guys just need to start over in that capacity first. And also this could be indicative of your circle of friends, those who are most important to you in that way. People that are there for you, who have your back, who won't let you down, that you can reach out to at any given point in time. We have letter expression. So what I'm getting for some of you is, if your person, as it says here, they're embarrassed, they don't know how to approach you. So maybe their way of approaching you is by writing it down, sending you a letter, or reaching out to you on social media, or texting you rather than calling you. It's easier to have something written rather than to express it with one's voice sometimes. And maybe for your masculine, my feminines, this is their form of communication. Let's see what else. We've got chair, attendance. Okay. I feel this could have been a factor. This could have been what was lacking in the partnership, that you just needed your person to show up. You needed them to be there for you. But if there were third parties, if there were infidelities here, more times than not, you ended up having to stare at this empty chair because they weren't there with you. They were not present. They were not fully invested. Black swan, unpredictability. This kind of reminds me of this year. Everything has been so unpredictable. I remember the beginning of this year, just going about my day, turning on the news and seeing Kobe Bryant passed away. It's like, what? You're like looking at the news and seeing this news that's devastating for so many. And then here we come with the pandemic, and it was just one thing after the other that really created such a very huge challenge for so many this year. And so it reminds me of so many people who have been in that dark place this year as a result of what's happened with so many all throughout the world. It's global, So the unpredictability here has to do, I kind of feel, with the ebbs and flows, the twists and turns of where life has taken so many of us this year. And none of us know, of course, what the next year will bring us. But all we can do is close this chapter of our lives when this year comes to an end, and do our best to welcome in the beginning of 2021, and hopefully be able to have a better year than what we've had in 2020. It's been very hard. We've got glasses, incognito. This is interesting too, because someone who's incognito is in disguise. They don't want you to know who they are. So I'm kind of getting from this that whoever is embarrassed to reach out, they might even create an alias for themselves, maybe online, add you as a friend, or however way that's presenting itself, and just kind of disguising who they are in order to be able to reach out to you, which is kind of weird and shady, but no pun intended with the shades, but that's kind of what I'm getting from that. And last message, we have guitar, songs. So there could even be particular songs that you hear during the holiday season, or even a favorite song that you have when it comes to this person. Pay attention to those lyrics. Maybe it's trying to tell you something. Your person could also be hearing particular songs that remind them of you. I just happened to glance at the bottom of the deck. Look at this. It's butter, and it says smooth over. And I really do feel that for some of you guys, that you guys will be able to smooth things over. You'll be able to work through this, overcome the challenges of the partnership. Look at the next card. We've got social media. So yeah, I do feel for some of you guys that is how they're going to reach out to you. Birds on a wire sometimes remind me of gossip as well. So if that's something that you've been dealing with, maybe on social media, people are just talking, and we get wrapped up in those conversations. So there's something about how social media actually plays a role in the overall dynamic of this partnership. For some of you, maybe that's how you met this person. Could have been online. Okay, so what we're going to do now, my fire signs, we're going to go ahead and grab some time frames here, because I get asked so many times, especially during personal private readings, when is this going to happen? When will they reach out? When will we get back together? When will I get a new job? So many when questions. And I typically try to sway people away from asking when something is going to happen, because there is no reader out there that can guarantee a time frame. It's just impossible. You know, we're not miracle workers. We just are here to read the cards. And so time frames, it's just not guaranteed, because time is fluid. It's constantly changing, and everybody's got their own free will. But what we can look at here are potential possibilities of when something might happen. So let's start with our first deck here. This is the Lost in Time Oracle by Calico Moon. So let's grab a few from here. If you've got a when question, now is the time to think about it, or you can say it out loud or think it. And let's see what your angel guides can bring forward as far as when something's going to happen. Guidance when it comes to timing. For Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, fire signs. We've got 222. Okay, so if you happen to be seeing this number a lot, it's definitely grabbing your attention. Balance, level-headed, open heart. I feel, first of all, that part of the challenges that some of you guys have dealt with, that's exactly what brought you guys out of balance. You can restore that balance, but it takes both of you putting in the work to restore that balance. And as long as you're both open to allowing this partnership to come back together, or at least talking things through, then, you know, again, we've got the star presenting itself here, letting us know that there is hope that you guys can overcome the difficulties of what you've been going through. What else for Leo, Aries, Sagittarius? Sometime this year, look at that. Okay, I mean, as far as this year, we have literally about a week's worth of time that's remaining in 2020. So this could certainly pertain to 2021 as well. Okay, so if it doesn't happen for you in 2020, definitely keep a lookout for something to happen next year. We have many lifetimes, endless connection. Some of you guys could have connected in a past lifetime. Maybe you feel that this person is a soulmate, or even, as we've already seen, a twin flame connection here. And remember this card, I'm connected with you no matter where you are. Some of you guys have unfinished business that you need to deal with and take care of. Not just in regard to your love life, but certain aspects of your life. Allow whatever cycles need to phase out and complete. Allow that to happen. And look at this. We've got the month of December, which of course we are in right now. The Christmas season, the holiday season, warmth and joy, which is a very nice energy. Being able to hopefully at least talk to family, friends, those who mean the most to you. Even if it is just through virtual interaction or on social media for now, just to be safe, social distancing, the whole bit with the pandemic. It's just been one of those years, you know? Look at this. We have observer, trying to find the right time. And I kind of feel that when it comes to your person. Now remember this time message right here. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? I'm also feeling, since we have the social media card right here, that they are observing you, that they are keeping tabs on you. They are keeping tabs on you. And last card from here, we do have January. Look at that. It's so interesting how it says the world is frozen. Because during this global pandemic, we certainly were frozen in more ways than one. Nobody could travel. Nobody could really move and live normally. Just been very challenging. This could also be indicative of very cold weather where you live, where you're at, the time of year, winter season. Something of significance could happen for some of you guys December and January. So just something to keep in mind there. Okay, so those are some potential time frames from this deck. Let's go ahead and grab some additional time frames from my deck, the Time Traveler Oracle. This has very simple messages, very straightforward, and to give you a true indication of when something might happen, or if it's time to move on, or if it's not going to happen. Let's take a look at that. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. When you just need to know when. So when is something going to happen for you, for the collective, for my fire signs? So take from these messages whichever one you feel is closest to your situation. Follow your instincts. We have 3 months coming through here. So 3 months from now, we're looking at March. March could be Pisces or Aries season for some of you. So Aries, something of significance could be happening for you specifically. For others, look at this. We've got 2 months. So we're looking at February here. Aquarius or Pisces. For some of you, the time has passed. The opportunity has passed. That door has closed. And you'll know exactly what that is referring to. For others, we've got this message. Something is just around the corner. So hang in there, have patience. It's closer to you than you realize. For others, we've got 9 months coming through here. So a good chunk of time. We're looking at September here. Virgo season or Libra. And lastly, a matter of days. Just around the corner, a matter of days. Something is coming in pretty quickly for some of you. So you might have some sort of communication or movement, or something happens in the upcoming days that you've been hoping for, waiting for. And that doesn't just necessarily mean your love life, because it can pertain to every aspect of your life, whether that's career driven, something to do with your health, your family, your friendships, or even your well-being. Okay, so lastly, we'll grab from our last time frame related deck. This is the Divine Time Oracle by Bridget of Divine Essentials. So more time frames, more messages to wrap this up for my fire signs. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So go ahead and ask your when questions if you haven't already. What is the time frame here? Pour some more. Close the door. Break time. Okay. So this could have something to do, I'm kind of feeling, with New Year's, celebrations, champagne, wine, spending time together, taking a break from life's stresses and challenges when that clock strikes 12. So I'm feeling that more so for New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. This one says delays. It's going to be longer. The wait will make you stronger. So for those of you, for example, with this card of 9 months, that's a long time. But there's a reason why you're being directed to wait that long. It could be a blessing in disguise. We've got 414, spiritual, foundations, protected, divine masculine. So for some reason, the masculine energy keeps popping up in this reading. You see? Masculine, divine masculine. That number could also play a significant role for some of you guys. So I really do feel for the divine masculine. They're working on themselves, tapping into their spirituality, having faith, being able to build a much stronger foundation in their own life so that they can then allow that foundation to be a part of the connection as well. Let's grab this one. This one says confused. What is true? Who is real? What will the time reveal? And this could be a question that some of you guys are asking. It's like, I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what's true. I don't know who's being real with me. Give it time. Allow the universe to reveal that to you. Allow the illumination from the star card to bring you that truth. You'll know when the time is right. Now, for some of you, look at that. Here's your answer. Never. Okay? Going back to this card, that time has passed. It's not meant to happen, okay? And again, that does not have to apply to your love life, although for some of you it could. And maybe in your heart of hearts, you already know that the time has passed. And it's time to allow certain cycles to phase out and close. Close the door. And it even says that here, close the door. It's time to move on. It's time to welcome in the new of what 2021 can bring in for you. And last message, look at that. It's time for change. It won't be strange. You know, sometimes we're afraid to create change or we're afraid to welcome change. Some of us don't like change. But along with change comes new things that can brighten your life, that can take you to perhaps a different direction that you never thought you would ever go. But by doing that, it actually either brings you towards something or someone that can uplift your life, that can make you happy, that can bring you joy, that can fulfill you, that can direct you to a wish that can manifest itself. So welcome in the change. We certainly could use one as far as how this overall year has presented itself. So that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. Those are your time frames and when things could or could not happen or is meant to happen. And hopefully whatever part of this reading resonated with you, that it helps you out at this time. That's all I've got. And for anyone who's interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below. Thank you guys as always for tuning in. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you next time.